Paul, first things first, QED, what does it stand for?
Kendall, it's a Latin term, Latin for quod erat demonstrandum. It's a bit of a mouthful, but it means that which is proven, which I thought was a good philosophy to start with for my consulting business.
And what's the story behind the business?
I started in 2003. That was done after 7 years working with Ernst & Young, the large accounting firm, where I was a business developer. And prior to that, I spent 10 years with BHP, where I was an oil trader. It's developed into the point now where I'm coaching partners in law firms, accounting firms, engineering firms, architectural firms around how to win business.
There's plenty of coaches in the market today. What makes your area of specialisation different?
The piece that I pride myself on, the thing that I'm most happy to bring to the table for my clients, is the ability to win business, the ability to put some dollars on the table that are at risk or that are at risk for the client, and coach people to capture that money.
How does your experience inform the way you take up your role as a BD coach?
The thing I've taken away from my time at BHP, the time at Ernst & Young, and all of the coaching that I've done now, and I've coached over 500 people, is that there's a lot of commodities. There's a lot of people out there that have what they perceive to be similar skills and attributes. The thing that I try and bring out is that it is about the one-on-one relationships. It's about you and your network and your ability to connect with that network that draws your client base to you and allows you to do that year on year.
Paul, who's an ideal firm for you to work with?
The ideal firm for me to work with would be a firm that has a group of senior partners that are responsible primarily for the revenue generation of the firm, who might need a little bit of extra support, might value a external presence in their planning for their business development. Potentially a firm that has, at the other end of the scale, a raft of junior staff that they are looking to promote into senior positions and wanting to give them those finishing touches that will allow them to create their own practice. Occasionally, I will get clients that have partners that have lost their practice for some reason. Perhaps they've fallen off a panel or lost a major client, and they're looking to fill that hole.
What's one counterproductive behaviour or mindset that you see transcending these professions?
The major thing that I see time and time again is that you have people that don't put themselves in the shoes of a client, aren't able to productively understand the commercial responsibilities of the person they're selling to. So again, one of the things that I try and bring out in my coaching and my clients is what are the things that you've done in your past that will allow you to help a client themselves look good in their business, make a dollar in their business, and value the advice that you're giving.
So Paul, if I presented with that mindset, what would your approach be to coaching me?
There's two major parts. Essentially, there's the what you need to do, and then there's the how you need to do it. The what is really about your business development plan. What are you bringing to the market? Who are you bringing it to? What are your goals? What are the specific actions that you need to take to get where you need to go? And that's a crucial part of most people's outlook on business development, and it's, in my experience, a part that is not always done as well as it might. There are always gaps. And the second piece is about the execution of that, the how to go about capturing a meeting and running a meeting, that I find, again, people don't put enough thought into it often enough for it to be successful.
What would you encourage or advise me not to do?
It's the flip side of that, it's about being too technical. It's about worrying too much about your technical content and not worrying enough about what the other person is thinking and about what the other person's worries are.
What does it take for a successful BD program to work?
The primary starting point is the need, or the recognition, I should say, of a need to change something. If you don't need to change, if what you're doing today is getting you where you want to go, keep doing it. why bother? If you have a need to change, if you recognise that need and you recognise there's a market opportunity to capture, then you're on your way. It is a precondition to a good business development program working. Secondly, you need the accountability aspect, which I believe is crucial, the discipline behind your business development activities and planning. And that is both accountability from a management standpoint, being able to understand what that vision is and being supportive of the people that are actually carrying out the vision. And secondly, from an individual standpoint, being accountable to yourself and your peers about following through on the actions that you agree to. There's a lot of talk. The action is the most important thing.
So let's say all the right ingredients are there and I choose to commit to this coaching process with you. What difference can I expect to see?
If those preconditions that I've just spoken about exist, what my coaching will bring is the ability to win a dollar, to actually win work, primarily, starting point. But importantly, it gives you a little bit of direction. It allows people to have the tools and the momentum that they need to be successful in the longer term. And I find often that the people that I will coach get to a point where they're actually comfortable doing what they previously felt uncomfortable doing, and it becomes second nature. And that's what I'm looking for in my candidates.
How quickly do you think I might see that?
Typically, it would take somewhere around 6 to 12 months. And most people would work through, as long as they execute against the plan, would be able to get to a point where they have a plan, when they're executing against it and they're seeing the results within a relatively short space of time.
What are some questions that you might like me to reflect on before our first meeting?
Primarily, I'll be asking you, what have you done that is of interest? What's the most interesting thing you've done in the last 6 months, 12 months, 2 years? Because we can build your value proposition around that. By value proposition, I mean the story that you're taking to market. And what sort of client are you looking for? What are the goals that you're looking to get from the coaching? Are you looking to win a particular client? Are you looking to raise a profile in a particular marketplace? Are you wanting to win a specific piece of business? Goals plus that understanding of what you're bringing to the table. If we blend those two things, we've got the embryonic parts of a good business developer.